Hey everyone, I am Mad Max, and with me is Lundin from the Audio Games Forum. We are on episode 5 of the SSS Interviews thing that we're doing. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. So, anyway, London, I've been looking forward to interviewing you, as you are
cool.
from the Sweden, and I don't know shit about the Sweden culture except what I hear on the news, and yeah, it's not good.
Uh, no, it's not. It's not. I mean, we got our own issues.
Immigration issues are the only ones I hear about lately.
Immigration issues. We also have issues in the social system, like in the justice system, where this is my favorite point to bring up. But there was a person who, an immigrant, but I'm not sure if that helped his case. Probably it did, but he raped a 12-year-old girl numerous times repeatedly, and he got 12 months of community service. Meanwhile, some guy made his own. He was suffering from. He was in an accident, a car accident,
Yeah.
so he was unable to work. And then the government found, oh, he's been. So they prescribed him initially a bunch of opiates and all that fun stuff that doctors tend to do. And then he's like, I can't work like that. I can't live like this. So he tried out some marijuana, his own CBD oil,
Yeah.
and no, he can't have that. He get 5 years.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Just in terms of wacky bullshit, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So, the immigrant who raped that poor girl, any idea where he was
What a
from?
great way to start them. I hope you're not
Right?
monetizing these.
Oh shit, no.
uh, uh,
Where was he from? Do you know?
no. It's just a classic case that just highlights the priorities that
The
we have.
skewed priorities, yeah. So where in Sweden
Yeah.
were you born?
I mean, would it matter if I told you?
Two other Swedes?
I was born in Gothenburg, the second largest city in town, but then uh, so I'm out of it today. I guess we both suffer from some
Yeah,
minor
we're both kind
handicaps
of out
today,
of
but
it.
it's a,
This is going to be a
yeah,
bit of a floaty interview.
yeah. So yeah, I was born in Gothenburg, and now I live about 100 kilometers north of that.
Oh, okay. Did you travel at all, or is it just from one to the other?
No. We had some. My mom, our family is actually from here, but then she moved down there for because of love interests, and then my daddy decided to be, well, not so good of a daddy. So um, after she got full custody and he got, she filed restraining orders against him. Yeah, we moved back here to be closer to family.
Oh, that's cool. Are you still close with your family?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. It's always good to have that kind of support network.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a lot. It's mostly my mom, my aunt, my cousin. It's a very small knit community. Then there's I got my stepdad too,
That's
but
cool.
we're not quite as close because there was some issues me growing up, and he was a kind of a prick, to be honest.
Most stepdads either are pricks or are just way too damn lenient. It just kind of comes with the nature. Because it's a hard
Like,
situation to come into.
right, and I was blind too, and I wasn't the night. Like, I mean, we've talked about this. I was not.
You weren't the nice blind kid. You were the asshole blind kid.
Yeah, it was like two alphas. One was like a 10-year-old uppity little shithead,
Yeah, that sounds
and
about right.
yeah, and I understand. Like today, I can, I can empathize with him because he was going through his own struggles with, like prior drug addictions and stuff.
Yeah, it's good he cleaned himself up, though. That's not easy
Yeah,
to do.
nah. So
Sorry I depressed you about the whole mortality thing. I've always known I was going to die early, but I didn't. I was always told that it was going to be a linear decline. I didn't know there was going to be all these fucking curveballs. Nobody did.
no,
So there, that's
you
what's
typically
throwing
don't.
me.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you're just in the midlife crisis, and it's actually, you know,
Oh no, it's just I know exactly what I need. I need a security blanket for my brain, and hopefully my birthday will do that.
yeah.
And it's far
So
enough out in August that I'm hoping that they'll be able to plan something. I mean, it doesn't even, like I said in the on the Discord, it doesn't even have to be a big thing. It's just I want to spend
no,
time
it
with
sounded
people I
very
like.
like picturesque, very cozy.
Well, it's like I
Oh
said,
shit!
when you've been around, when you've been alone, because I had a close knit family too, and then they all died just one by one, heart attacks, fucking diabetes, all this shit in like the mid 50s, early 60s kind of
The
thing.
fuck are you, a redneck?
We're biker folk, bikers and mountain
Oh,
men.
ah man, I'm connected to those too.
Nice.
Well,
We
yeah, I'm pretty much the hillbilly, the equivalent of a hillbilly over here.
nice. Mom palled around with some Hell's Angels. She wasn't a 1%er herself, but she palled around with them.
One
Hung out at
percent is that
bars.
like a made man?
Yeah, 1% of the ones who do the illegal stuff. And
Oh, okay.
and then you
The
got the
bad parts
99% of them that are just, you know,
chilling,
riding bikes.
riding bikes. Yeah,
Yeah. But mom was
yeah.
gregarious enough that she was able to chum it around with them without them trying to take advantage of her in any
Oh no,
particular
they
way.
typically don't. I found like I don't know how the chapters in Hell's Angels are in the U.S., but from what I've heard, they're like outside of the illegal stuff, they're kind of honorable.
Yeah, they're pretty chill as long as they know you're not trying to get in on their shit.
Yeah, they're also very family oriented. Because when my dad was doing his dick shit, um, and so they were in the middle of the whole breaking up process, and then my mom met my stepdad, and my bio was doing his usual dumbass shit. So they told her, oh, if you want, we can just go down there and break his fucking kneecaps.
Yeah, that sounds about right for them. Usually with pipes, just because
Hmm.
that's what's on hand.
Yeah, but I mean, my woman, being a saint that she is, she just wanted to forget about it.
Yeah, generally that's how it goes.
Yeah,
So what eye
yeah.
condition do you have?
Oh, glaucoma.
Oh, so
I don't
yeah,
know how you
it's
can.
that is degenerative.
Oh yeah. Now, see, the reason I'm able to live like this without a job is not because of government handouts, because they're not fantastic or anything.
No, they're not here either.
Um, but I got a huge settlement from like the doctors. Cause my mom took me to several specialists, and not specialists, I guess, just GP,
No, it might have helped if they were
general
specialists.
practitioners. Yeah, yeah, no, and they all said, "Oh, he's fine. It's just a tummy ache or something." Um, and then when I was two, she took me to someone who was competent enough to realize that he wasn't competent. So it's like, oh shit. So they sent me over to England. Well, they referred me to a specialist here, and then he sent me over to like one of the leading experts in England. He's kind of cool because he was a Chinese immigrant who worked there, and I don't know how I know, but it's super rare for people who are not native Brits to be knighted. But he was actually one of the few people who got knighted
Oh, that's cool as
because of his
hell.
work. Yeah. Of course, I didn't speak any English, so
yeah,
because I was like 4.
yeah. You're not
I wish I could
exactly
go
gonna be
back there.
you're not exactly gonna be an
Not
omniglot at 4.
no.
It's funny because my first eye doctor was a Chinese guy too, Don Fong. That's like
Mm,
the most Chinese name ever, almost.
almost. Well, all Chinese names are like the most Chinese names ever.
Oh yeah, they do not fuck
They
around with
probably
that
think the same of
homogeneity.
like the fucking John Smith,
Yeah, they do not fuck
David
around.
Duke.
They
I
they
don't know why
are.
I think of David Duke, but that's just generic names that came up to me, and David Duke was like, okay, cool.
Wait, David Duke, I know that name.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't too
Face paint.
fond of
Oh,
our
wait, what?
types.
Yeah.
Fuck. Speaking of D names that are involved in racism, have you heard of Daryl Davis?
Isn't he the new leader?
No, he's a black guy
Like,
who talks to a bunch of
oh
KKK
no, yeah,
guys.
he's the guy. Yeah,
That
dude, I
dude
love
is
that guy.
fucking awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, that's how you should be treating people.
exactly. And that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
you're not converting people. You're not converting people by making enemies out of them. You're converting your enemies by, well, trying to humanize them and trying to understand them and give them your perspective. Because if you're just gonna alienate them,
That's
well, just
always. Well, that's
dig
my.
deeper into their own.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my thing with the whole with these interviews is I want to humanize everybody because
No,
I
even me.
yeah I feel like everybody doesn't think that they're important enough, or some people think they're too important. And,
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
and I mean, these will humanize people. These will show that I treat everyone exactly the same, and that everybody has their stories, everybody has their shit. And I find it fascinating because everyone's shit is so wildly different, and yet there are all these weird commonalities,
Hmm.
all these little
So
connection points.
I I decided to have a beer along this interview, and I'm almost done. And now I keep burping. So if I get
That's
quiet
okay.
for a moment, it's just I'm muting myself. So
That's okay.
because you don't want to hear like a fat sack of shit. Just I did it enough on my own YouTube videos.
He has noticed that.
Yeah. So to be fair, I haven't actually watched any of the prior ones. I kind of just skimmed through them. So what's the goal of the
There is no goal. The goal is to just, kind of in the moment
circle
enjoy
jerk
the.
with about politics?
Oh no, just in general, just whatever you guys want to talk about as individuals. I mean, I talked to a game dev. He said he was interested in doing one of these, and if he talks politics, that's fine. If he talks about his game, that's fine too. It's whatever.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to lead it because I'm a little bit shy and I
It's
don't know where
okay.
you want to go.
Well,
So
no, I mean, I've got a few points that I can get to.
absolutely,
So
it's weird, right? Because people. So
no, go ahead.
it's weird, right? Like people. I literally just said it on audio games. Like it's weird that people find me shy because I'm the most gregarious person ever in chat.
Yeah, you really did. You really have become a good fit for the Discord. I'm really glad that you joined.
Well,
Well, a lot of
it's
blind people they don't. They say hi maybe, and then they just never say a fucking word again. And my guess is just because Discord's such a pain in the ass thing to use anyway.
not really. No, it's the latest and greatest technology because blind people especially, they change social platforms like my girlfriend did not change on the wait what but no, like yeah, they change it quite frequently, but Discord has been sticking around for a while.
Yeah, it really has, even through all the controversies and stuff.
Yeah, I was wait controversies.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of Discord servers that are grooming people, scamming people. That fucking
uh,
Minecraft leak, all that crap. Yeah,
oh,
the Discord's been
I mean,
catching major shit. And I
to be
mean, it's
fair, literally I can't think of a major social media network that hasn't had that. Are you aware of the whole what do you call it, the iceberg
yeah.
of the YouTube child predatory, where they
Oh
make
yeah.
videos for aimed to children, but they include like these sick, um,
Post
like
hypnotic suggestion
sexually
stuff.
suggestive. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about that. For whatever reason, after you get about a million and a half followers, you start touching kids and forcing yourself on women or men, and it's just I don't know. I don't get it.
The life of a rock star. Wait, no,
Yeah, I
horrendous.
didn't get it back then either. I didn't get it in the '80s. I don't get it in the '90s, and sure as shit don't get it now. I just am not that kind of person, I guess.
You know, I think for me personally, it's okay to have um like interests, if you will, if we put in this mildly. Like it's okay to want to have, let's say, well, let's start with the mild one. But it's okay to want to rape someone. It's okay to want to have sex with children, but you shouldn't do it. Pretty simple. Like, because you can't
To
control your own
clarify,
thoughts and desires.
to clarify, he's saying the thoughts are in and of themselves thoughts. Well, similar
Yeah.
types of thoughts that we all have. He is not condoning this.
No,
I
of
want
course
to very
no.
clarify so that
As someone
YouTube
who
doesn't nuke me
struggles with,
from orbit.
as someone who struggles with like paraphilic thoughts. I said not the um, like I understand that it's a mental issue, and I wish we could give more help to people who have this instead of condemning them.
That's
But
the thing that
also,
I fucking hate about like chomos is the instant response. What is that fucking word I'm looking for? The instant response of violence. Like I get it, it is a gut reaction, but at the same time, if they're not offending, I don't have a problem with them. I feel bad for them because that has to
yeah,
just suck.
right. I mean, Yeah. I mean, it's like I guess it's like, well, it's not comparable, but it's like you're interested in one thing, and um, you know, but society tells you know it's wrong, so you have to try and fit in.
Yeah, and I mean there are ways and means, and I mean we can go over the theories about that. I have my own theories about ways and means to help curb that kind of behavior, and behavioral therapy and cognitive tricks and that kind of shit. But the and you're very right that if there is somebody who is attracted to either sex with kids or sex with animals or violence or any of that shit, there should be tools out there to help them contain these urges or turn them into something productive, not just
Yeah,
castigating just outright. Now
no,
granted,
because
when
then
they offend, of course you throw the fucking book at them because they've offended, they have committed an atrocity. you know they have harmed an
yeah,
innocent, be it an innocent woman that they've raped or an innocent kid that they've diddled. But before that, when they're trying, if some poor bastard's trying to get help, you don't want to fucking just call him a monster and push him away, because that's just going to make him want to offend more, because nobody's going to give a shit anyway.
yeah, it's like we said earlier about the whole racism thing. If you don't show them like compassion or humanize them, they're just gonna go further into their own little
Well,
path
yeah,
that
and
they set out.
that was my
Because
issue
fuck it,
with
why not?
yeah, that was my issue with transgender people. I was trying to find out why transgender people were ruining their bodies when I've got a fucked up body from birth and I'm not allowed to do anything. You don't get any fucking points or anything like that.
Are we talking about the transableists or
Oh, those people piss me
transgenderism?
off. No, just transgenderism in general. This is a few years before I met Sun, and I could not get it through my head. I could not figure it out, and so I started asking trans people, and all they would do is call me names because of my unique way
Yeah.
of presenting my arguments. And I finally met Sun, and she finally showed me the medical documentation. It's like, finally, thank you for some answers. It turns out that this, that, and the other. But it was turning me hateful against transgender people because
Oh, dude,
the
dude,
transgender
I used
people
to
would
hate
just call
all
me
of them.
names.
But that was kind of my own making. As I've said on Discord, I used to be a full blown Nazi, but well, I guess not anymore.
What led you down that path?
Well, I think it was the whole pendulum theory striking,
Everything
which I
went
don't know.
so left that you went right,
Yeah,
and
because
boy,
that's
did Sweden
typically
go
what happens.
left.
Yeah, I pretty much dropped out of school. Well, it was a contributing factor to it. I'm not gonna blame most of it on it, but it was definitely a contributing factor. I was told that I was evil for being a white cis male. But
How long
obviously,
ago was
most.
this?
I'm 26, so you do the math.
Yeah, so this was right around the time when this was. Yeah, I'm just gonna up and say it. This is right around the time that all the Muslims came in.
Well, let me. Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
yeah. Holy shit! It's 2020. It's 2023. Jesus.
feel old yet?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I got time to do stuff. Wait, fuck, Jim Morrison and all these other people, Kurt
Thank you.
Cobain, Janis Joplin, they all died at 27. Shit,
Yeah, you'll be
I'm turning
fine.
27 this
If
year.
I can make it to 40, you'll be fine.
Well, yeah.
Gotta put my weekly stipend into my wallet. My wife is giving me
Wait,
money for every week because, well, she owes me. And
you're
then,
terrible with money?
no, I'm actually insanely good with money. She owes me a shit ton of money for all the bills I paid for Chip. And she's
No.
paying me $20 out of every paycheck, which I will be using to get a puppy at some point. Just need to write that down really
Why not a
quick.
dog? Hey, am I not a good enough for you?
I want my dog, and he was supposed to be my dog, and I fucked it up. When we first got him, I didn't know what I was in for, and as it turns out, I was in for a fucking lot. And I
Oh,
I
so
yelled
pretty
at
much
him,
the.
and well, I mean, I didn't yell at him often. I didn't hit him or anything. I was just the bond that we could have had. I ruined by having fibro and not knowing what I was getting into. So he
Well, you're better
gravitated
than me.
he gravitated towards my wife, and so now he's her dog, which he's such a great dog. That's the worst part. It's like, damn it, I had the perfect dog and I fucked it up. And so I wanted to get another dog to do it right. It's kind of the downside of pride, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because aside from pride, there is no reason for me to get a second dog. But I want to do it right, God damn it!
So often I talk about redemption and all these sorts of things, and
It
I
is kind
used
of a
to be. I'm
redemption
just
arc.
gonna come out and say it, but I used to be a piece of shit just to everyone, and including my dog.
Nah, we're all
And
pieces of shit.
well, I don't want to go into detail, but it was
You were a worse piece of shit than Norm.
wait, who's Norm?
Ha! Clever. The normal.
Oh,
My
I
get
thought you
my
were talking.
my guess is you were abusive to your animal, to your friends, to your
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah, I wasn't abusive. I wasn't abusive to animals, but I was a monstrous child. I was a horrible child. We had
Nah, you're
foster
fine.
kids, and I would torture them. Well, I can't say torture when you're saying you're a Nazi. That kind of has connotations, but I would torture them within the confines of what a blind asthmatic kid can do. I would bully them. I guess he would call it extreme bullying rather than actual torture, but I still feel really bad about what I did to those poor
See, it's
kids.
funny, right? Like I never took one target and picked on it. It would just be we'd be in school, and I'd have like a couple of followers because I was the most bloodthirsty, vicious cunt ever, and so some people like that. So I know there was one time we held this fat kid down, and we would ride like these little what do you call them, on the snow, the little.
Snowmobile?
No, God, no, not with the rails. That would be that would be horrendous. But we'd
We
hold
held
him
this
down
fat
to the
guy
bottom
down
of
and
a
we cut him
hill.
into 3 pieces. That's what we did.
Yeah. Well, my sister did have a snow bob, so maybe I should have brought that. And nah, but I mean, pretty much daily there was someone that got beaten up, and well,
That's for me.
it,
Whenever it was anybody who was taking attention away from me unduly, like the other kids at school, didn't care. Could not have cared less. I was totally respectful to them. Most of them were totally respectful for me. But the foster kids, I was so pissed at that because my brother and I are both disabled. He's mentally disabled. I'm physically disabled. I got too much oxygen in the incubator. He got too little, which I think is kind of funny
hmm,
because it makes us a whole person.
yeah.
And so the foster kids were the targets of my ire, but like everybody else was just kind of out. I didn't care.
So you're saying you grew up with a foster home?
No, my parents were my biological parents, and then they took in foster kids at the recommendation of my abusive uncle to make more money.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Which is weird.
That's
You'd think I'd be
kind of fucked up.
anti-capitalist because of that, but I'm really not.
No, it's funny, right? Like I'm not anti-capitalist either. Despite seeing all these things that the horrible big businesses do, I want to regulate the shit out of them.
I want
But
them
I'm
to do it the
also
right goddamn way.
I understand them because if I was in the same position, I would do everything I could to make as much money as possible.
That's the thing. If I were in that position, I would do everything I could to make as much money as possible in as sustained a way as possible. Like I
Ah,
said, my
fuck that.
long-term gains kind of thing. But that's where my personality differs from apparently everyone else.
Nah, I think it takes a special kind of psychopath to get to the top.
Yeah, and my psychopathy is all about dragging other people to glory. I will drag myself to glory, and then I will drag everyone around me to glory.
Yay, communism. Vote for Max 2024.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
God knows I do better than Biden. At least I could fucking string a sentence together and not sniff girls' hair. I have an insanely good sense of smell, so you'd think that'd be one of my wheelhouses, but no! That's weird!
You don't even have to get. So the problem is, you don't have to get close to the hair.
Yeah,
You're just saying,
exactly.
"Oh, I'm not sniffing it because you have a good sense of smell." You
I
could
could,
just
yeah, I could be surreptitious about it. It's like those guys with really good vision who put on sunglasses to scope out chicks at the beach.
yeah. Then go back to the White House, like Penn Suite, and just.
There you go.
Uh,
So, how did you go from Nazi to redemption arc?
well, I've never really had a redemption arc. It's just that I kind of stopped caring. Like as time goes on and on, like I'm still a. So the thing is, I maybe because I kept pushing people away. The thing is too, initially I wasn't really a full blown Nazi. I kind of made myself into that by what I said, and It was also very funny. Like I thought it was funny trolling people because you could call people the N word. Um, you could be very hateful, but I didn't necessarily say it because they were insert hated race here, but because you would find words that would hurt people the most, and that could be anything. Like,
And nigger will hurt people the most.
oh, shots fired. We saying the yeah. I'm not gonna do that.
No, I don't give a shit. Like I said,
Yeah,
I
but
know I'm
you
not gonna get.
probably might.
I'm not. I know I'm not gonna get monetized ever. And if they remove the video, all's the loss for them. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah,
And besides,
I'm sure they'll
we're
grieve
not like
your.
calling. It's not like we're calling anybody that word. We're using that word as an example of a hurtful
Yeah,
word.
but I've been so
Oh,
like
YouTube's completely
US
stupid.
media.
They're AI bullshit algorithm
No,
crap.
not even YouTube. Like I say it like privately all the time. I call my friends. They've on Discord. They got nicknames like insert. Like I got a friend from okay, fuck it, I'll just say it. I got a friend from Pakistan. And he's mega rich, so I call him Richie Sand Nigger. There you go. Yeah,
Lol.
and we'll joke about that all the time.
And see, that's the
But
other thing. That's the other thing. The whole banning words bullshit. What about banter? Whatever happened to banter? There is no such thing
what
as fucking banter anymore.
what happened to words like bricks and bricks? Wait, how does it go? I don't even know.
Whatever happened to
Sticks and stone
words?
may break my bones, but words never hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever happened to words not being violent? Words can
yeah.
incite
I
violence,
see
but words
YouTube
by
videos. Oh, like
themselves, yeah.
I see YouTube videos like watch what happens when this racist woman calls a black guy the N-word and people are cheering him on for beating up the woman. It's like
Christ. That's the weird thing. As violent as I am in my personal life, I am abhorrent of violence to solve, geopolitical problems. I
I
do not
mean
like war. I do not
I
like the idea of the.
I
I
thought that
don't.
was the norm up until it's still the norm. It's just the crazies come out of the woodworks.
Yeah, and war these days means something completely different than it used to. But my whole thing
Yeah,
is just we should
Path
be
to
able.
Survivor
Yeah,
apparently.
we should be able to solve our issues diplomatically. And I think war should be the last option. And it fucking never is, especially when it comes to America. I've hated American
Well, it
foreign
makes money.
policy. Yeah. I've hated American foreign policy for decades. We need to stop sticking our dick into everybody else's pie.
See, you think, oh, but you know about the wars, but you're probably aware of the whole CIA doing experiments on their people and all that fun stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's just not external conflict. It's just people in power being pieces of shit.
Yeah, and
Usually,
it's weird because if I had the power, I would be exactly the same as I am now in terms of, trying
you
to
think
leave the
there's literally
world.
no way of telling, but we can, I'd like to think so. I mean,
ev-
I know I would be a piece of shit.
Well, every time I have been given any kind of power, I've used it responsibly because my pride won't let me misuse it. I cannot. I don't want to be seen as. I don't want to be seen as useless, and I don't want to be seen as somebody who abuses other people. Because I did used to abuse other people, and it was terrible. It does take a toll on your psyche.
Mm. See, the
And
thing is, it doesn't take a toll on my psyche. That's the issue. What
ah,
takes a toll on my psyche is losing people.
yeah, you gotta get used to that, man.
Yeah.
you're not you're you're not exactly in my boat where your folks are dying early, but yeah, eventually you get used to that.
And no, I'm talking about losing people from treating them like pieces of shit, which is why I've decided to stop. But it's not like my personality has changed, it's just I'm trying to put on a mask.
I think there are ways of taking the aggression, the underlying aggression, and turning it into like I mean I've turned all my anger and rage into positive energy. So there has to be
Maybe.
some behavioral trick to turn selfish aggressiveness or the
I think it's
bullying
biological.
mentality. It could be
Yeah. Or, well, there's a difference between sociopathy and
psychopathy. Yeah,
yeah. Shit, am I that? Not really. No.
sociopathy is external and psychopathy is internal. Yeah.
Right,
Sociopathy comes from outside, from trauma
right.
usually, and
So I'm
psychopathy
wondering,
comes from
since my
brain
dad literally
chemicals.
had those, so did my dad pass them on biologically, or did he pass them on
So yeah,
through the trauma that I had as a child.
yeah, and that's a good question because you don't have the markers, at least in terms of how I'm talking to you and how I've talked to you on Discord. You don't have the markers of an inherent psychopath. It seems like it's
Well,
externally based. It seems like it is a response to trauma.
right, because I am a little bit sensitive. Like I'm not. See, I actually know what I believe to be a psychopath and I'm not gonna mention names or drop any hints, but this person is extremely ruthless and extremely charismatic too. But he says some of the most horrific shit that terrifies me.
Is it anybody I know?
No,
Yeah, then there's probably no need to name drop.
no,
Christ, he might
but
find you.
someone else. Nah.
But yeah, it the interesting thing is instead of just not trying to get close to people so that you don't lose them, you're actively trying to change yourself or at least put on a mask so that you can still get people without, running the risk of losing them. But eventually the problem is eventually the mask slips and your real
Mhm.
personality comes out. So the trick is to make the mask similar enough to your regular personality so that when it does come out, they're not, it's not a complete 180. It's like a 45-degree thing.
Yeah, but see, I've done that in the past with like online relationships because I still haven't got my dick wet.
Yeah, you get there.
We
Took me
both
till I
supported
was
that.
26. So,
Well, this is the year for me then.
good thing you're playing WoW. That's how I met my wife back in 2009.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll meet. I'm sure I'll meet plenty of people there. I'm not talking to anyone except my private guild, but hey.
You'll find some
But
blue hair or something.
oof.
Apparently, they're
Uh,
the only
are we?
ones that play WoW anymore, at least for the females.
Uh, are we talking a specific race, or are we talking the crazy chicks?
See, that's the joke. It could be both.
Yeah. Do chicks even play it? Well,
Hey, my
apparently
wife
so.
did, yeah. No, actually, a lot of, I don't know about now, but back in the day, a lot of women played it because there was a lot of role
Yeah.
playing.
Mhm.
Because I
Yeah.
love role playing. I love being able to challenge myself to put myself into another mind. Now I just
You ever
don't
do
give a
D and
shit.
D?
I've always wanted to. We've done a couple of like
We should freaking do it.
I did D&D in jail. I got D&D for dummies and this absolute psychopath took over. This guy was actually a psychopath. There was no fucking way he wasn't. He scared the absolute shit out of everyone because he was fucking ruthless. And
Hmm.
he's like,
Was
"I'm
he
going to make
charismatic too?
Oh yeah. He's like, I'm gonna make a campaign. It's gonna be the best campaign ever. And they're like, okay, dude, you're very intense. You can control the campaign. And it was a really good campaign. I will give him that. But as long as he was
But
able to control every single aspect of the campaign, he was the nicest guy you could ever hope to meet
oh
because he
yeah.
was in control. He knew his shit. This shit was down. So that was good to go.
See, I'm like that way too. I love being in control. I love being a sort of mentor person because I'm a narcissistic enough to where I think I can sort of pass on some sort of inherent knowledge
For
that
me
I
it's
obviously have.
for me it's not narcissism, it's more like guilt. Like it's guilt over
What
what
do you
I've
mean?
done as a kid, and it's a guilt over the mistakes I've made, and I want to give it back so that other people who are where I was don't make the same mistakes I did.
See, that's a great thing, but I tried doing that and I realized, oh, I'm just talking nonsense. I'm not actually helping anyone. I
Well,
think
my
that's what
my
most
thinking
people do.
is my thinking is we're two sides of the same coin in that regard. It doesn't really matter why you want to help people. The important thing is that you want to help people. It's like the whole thing with Trump. Everybody knew why Trump wanted to do the things he wanted to do. It was for narcissism. It was for egotism. He's the greatest president ever. He's great. He's yes, everybody. Everybody tells me he's a great president. That is what he wants. But he did so many good things. It's like, yeah, Orange Man bad, whatever. I wouldn't invite him around for dinner, but hey, he actually got some things
I would invite
done.
him to dinner. It sounds
Oh,
fun.
I would too. I'd fucking meme all over him. I'd interview
Eh,
him for the show. Fucking Christ. I mean, I talk to you. I talk to transgender. I'll talk to fucking anybody. I don't give a shit. But my point
I would
being
have Sleepy Joe
is,
for dinner too, actually.
yeah, I have Sleepy Joe give him some fucking coke so he'd actually stay up for a little while.
Yeah.
So Joe, how'd you get into the hair sniffing thing? That seems a weird thing to get into.
So
Was it popcorn? Is that who taught you how to do that?
Is that a pop culture reference I should know?
He said he said something a long time ago about some friend of his named Popcorn.
Oh,
It's the
I
weirdest
guess he
shit
was trying to
ever.
be hip.
I
Yeah, man.
guess.
I was in the '90s, man. We had the whole. I was friends with the people on the street, man. We got my friend Popcorn.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, even if it is narcissism, because I don't believe in altruism. I don't believe there is such a thing as altruism. Everybody does something for some reason that is going to help them. For me, it's to make me feel better about my own mistakes, to make me feel like I've paid penance. For you, it's narcissism. Two sides of the same coin. Either way, we're trying to help people. And I think that's the
Yeah.
important thing, that we are trying to leave the campsite a little cleaner than when we found it.
But I realized a lot of people that are wanting to help others, um, and it could help by providing some sort of like talk therapy, which I've never really believed in,
What
because
kind of
I've gone to
therapy?
plenty of talk therapy.
Oh,
Like, you just sit down with the therapist and unload time after time again. It doesn't really help. I need something more constructive. So going back to that, I think it could be helpful in chatting with people and they could unload if they found it helpful, sure. But I think most people that give like young people advice, I think they're full of shit
yeah.
because they don't know what they're talking about.
And they want clout. That is the great fucking curse of this age, is that so many fucking people want clout. The reason I do it is because I want to know that I have helped people. And the reason you do it is because you want the ego boost from helping people. We're not looking to get famous for this shit. If we were looking to get famous for this shit, we would do it in completely different ways. Just knowing that somebody took my advice and managed to unfuck their lives even just a little bit, like,
No, I don't think it does. I don't think like because I've had people tell me share their life stories and stuff, and like I'll be talking about some trouble or something I had with a girl as a teenager or
yeah.
something, whatever. So something super generic, and then some older guy comes along and tries to give me advice. It's never fucking worked.
I never couch it as advice. I couch it as, here's what I did, here's what I wish I had done. Because, I
That could
mean,
work too.
I don't have any of the answers. All I know is what I tried, or what I saw tried. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, I mean, what can you do?
That's actually a great way of putting it.
Well, my thinking is, the more ways you know how to approach a problem, the better the chance you'll find one that works, or you'll come up with one on your own that works. If I adjust it this way or that way, whatever.
Well, you could lock yourself in your apartment and drink yourself to death. That also works. No, I mean, depending on
Not that you'd know or nothing.
no, not at all. It does not work. Don't try it.
I rarely drink. When
Yeah,
I
I was gonna say I'm surprised because when I first joined, I was like, why doesn't like you got every reason in the world to fucking get wasted?
I will occasionally knock some whiskey back to help with my migraines, but
Mm,
other than that, I love
yeah.
scotch, dude. I fucking love scotch. It's so good.
Oh me. Yeah, I mean, not so much anymore, but mostly because I'm a cheapskate.
But yeah, it's so expensive. Fuck.
Yeah.
But it's I don't like escaping. At least I don't like feeling like I can't get back from the escape. That's why I don't like pain pills too much. Like, when I take Norco, it's only 5 milligrams, and that's not even enough to fuck with my head or anything. It's just enough to dull the very edge of the pain. Because they tried me on tens, and oh, I did not like that. That was way too much. I was way too floaty, and I didn't like it. So
See, for me, it's not about escaping so much as it is an empowerment. Um, because I know, like, when I do it, I can socialize better. I can, cause yeah, I mean, I'm sure
London
you know,
casts
like,
arcane intellect.
ah, yeah, but it's like a reverse effect of that. So you get like -5. Uh, what is it? Spirit?
Yeah, something like that. Intelligence, whatever.
Yeah.
The weird thing is, as drunk as I've gotten, the drunker I get, the more fucking physically able I am. Presumably because it just kind of loosens up all of my tight joints. But like, I'm
Aw.
fucking noodly as hell, and I can just, like, because we got a flight of stairs here, 10 and 4. So I just zip down and zip up the stairs just like nothing. My fucking roommate, when he gets drunk, he almost fell down the stairs. And for whatever reason, when I'm drunk or tipsy, I'm more coordinated than not.
Yeah. Me too, actually. Like, obviously not when I like. Oh man, the amount of shit I've done on alcohol.
When I was 38 and I was still 300 pounds, I was bound and determined to get drunk. I was gonna get drunk, and so my roommate Derek got me a shit ton of alcohol, and I got drunk, and I regretted it immediately. It took an unholy amount of drink to get the job
Because
done.
of all the fatty tissues, I guess.
Yeah, because I was so big, and because I'm Scottish,
Yeah.
genetics
Well,
and
see,
shit.
there's one positive of being fat.
Yeah, right. It
You
takes you
eat more. You get
yeah,
to taste more.
yeah. Once I lost the weight, it didn't take me shit to get drunk. It's like, oh, this is much better, and now it's cheaper. But no, I was playing Hades on stream, and I just get the
Great game.
urge to go. Yeah, I know, right? Get the urge to go to the bathroom and just lay there. I wake up puking in the
Mm.
fucking bathtub. That chicken marsala did
Oh.
not taste as good coming out as going in.
Oh, it didn't?
No, it did
I love
not.
having a good spew after drinking.
I fucking
It's
oh god, that
so
was so embarrassing. My roommate was laughing his
no,
ass
that
off
was not
because
embarrassing.
that's
You
what
go
he
ahead.
said. He said it wasn't
Like,
embarrassing. He says, yeah, that's exactly what happens. He was laughing his ass off. He thought it was the funniest shit ever because I was in the bathroom trying to scoop all this stuff out and put it in the toilet so it'd go down and fucking oh, I was so embarrassed. And he buys me a V8 and I have some crackers and my hangover was in my guts because of course it fucking was. So
ah,
it was like, yay,
horrendous.
I finally know what it's like to be drunk. I never want to do that again.
So if it makes you feel better, one of the worst ones I had, I was drinking with some friends online, and I was way out of it. So I decided to run outside naked and take a piss. And
As one does.
it's like, of course. It's like 2 in the morning, and I forget my keys.
Oh
And
no.
I have an auto locking gate.
Oh no. Blind, naked, drunk guy pissing everywhere, trying to get back in his apartment.
Yeah, I had to wake up. Uh, and that's one of the reasons I don't drink as much anymore. The last time I drank was like heavily because hard liquor. I can't do hard liquor anymore. Apparently, the last time I got into a fight with my toilet, literally, I wake up at 7 in the morning, like still drunk. I stumble to the bathroom to take a piss, and there's just water everywhere, and I hear this, and the fucking toilet, like the whole tank of the toilet, has broken in two pieces.
Oh no.
So and I am so out of it. I immediately call my mother because luckily she lives by, and I'm like, and she comes over because I didn't know where the valve was to shut off the water. And as she's there, I'm like in the bathroom, and I run to the sink, and I just, and yeah, that was one expensive session because I had to replace the toilet. And yeah, I
Oof.
haven't. Yeah, I mean, you learn from your experiences.
Yeah,
I'm not
and
doing that again.
that was why I wanted that was why I wanted to finally figure out what it was like to be drunk and why anybody would do that. And I still don't know why anybody would get that fucking drunk. I just do not understand that. But I
Just
guess
that fucking
people want
drunk?
to
No, absolutely not.
the
No,
the
but
way
it just happens.
the way I've heard it explained to me is it helps them forget. Boy, it sure would. You do it
I
often
mean,
enough, you'll forget every fucking thing in your head.
that's why I have such short-term memory because these times I've been drinking, they were kind of light, but I remember I would down like one or two bottles in an evening back in like 2018 after I broke up with someone, and I would just continue playing video games and chatting like there was nothing. Probably a little slurred, but I would still, play and perform well. And then the next day, I wouldn't be hungover. Like I would be a little fuzzy. So you know what I would do? I would take another drink and join the
That'll
party
fix it.
again. Yeah, yeah. The hair of the dog, as they call it.
Yep. So do you do anything for work or anything, or are you just chilling out?
Fuck no. I mean, I am unskilled. I got no skills.
That's a great response.
I dropped out of high school,
So
and
what?
then I tried to.
You're just on disability, and then the loss or the settlement.
Yeah,
How much of
pretty
the
much.
settlement you got left?
Yeah, that's an issue, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I started with like $100,000. That's which is a decently it's a decent sized money here. Um, but and I bought my own apartment because my parents wanted me out of the house, and well, I wanted to get out of the house too. So I spent way more than I should have, and it was like 50 grand on it. And now, like, it's gonna sound insane to Americans, especially if you live in a big city. So I spent 50 grand on the apartment, and now only for like because there's our like not an HOA, but similar. Like we got little groundskeepers and all that fun
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So I'm paying $300 a month, including utilities.
You don't even want to know how much we pay here.
I think I heard something.
For up here where we live, and we live in the suburbs, so we don't live in the city. We live outside of the city. It's like fucking 1,800 a month for rent for a 4 bedroom. And these are not big bedrooms. These are tiny bedrooms.
I'm sure they're. Hmm,
My
well,
bedroom has enough room for my desk and my bed, and I have to put my coffee stuff in the closet.
coffee stuff.
Yeah, I make a shit ton of coffee every day, dude.
You specialize in it?
No, I just really like coffee. It helps my lungs, and it
So what do you
helps
mean you're coffee shit? Like you're like,
like I have a coffee maker on top of my dresser.
oh, I thought you were gonna go all fancy and barista on
Shit,
them.
no. That shit's expensive. I go to fucking
All right,
Costco
no,
and buy
actually,
big old drums of coffee and 6 scoops a day.
it's actually not that expensive if you want to, but it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because it's very messy too. I have an espresso machine that I'm actually thinking I'm gonna get rid of it because I never use it. But you gotta grind the beans and then tamp it, which is all a messy process, and then you get so little out of it. But it's so good though.
What was the other thing that the coffee helps? Oh, it was my gout. The coffee helps my
Oh,
gout and my asthma. If you ever get gout, oh God in heaven, I hope you never get
I'm
gout.
shooting myself.
That is so painful.
Nah, probably not. But mm. Is there any? I wonder. Is there any point for you? This just turned into a conversation, not an interview. But that's fine.
That's kind of the
Is there
idea.
any? Yeah. Is there any point where you would shoot yourself?
If I were homeless,
Really?
it would be a quick exit from an otherwise extraordinarily slow exit. If I were homeless, I would die. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I could
Yeah,
not
I guess.
survive homeless, not with my lungs, among other things. And if I were ever homeless, I would shoot myself. Now, when I was younger, I had a pact with myself. If I hadn't become a useful member of society by 30, I would shoot. I wouldn't shoot myself because I didn't have a gun because California. But I would
Yeah.
walk into the mall's aromatherapy store, with all those aromas and shit. I just let my lungs kind of
Huh.
do their work.
Oh. Well, you're still here.
Yeah, luckily I met the
So did
wife.
you
And
become a useless member of useless member? Well, I don't know. That's up to you, man.
well, I
Got you.
mean, I am useful in I'm
You
useful
do have a
in my
wife, so
I'm useful in
Whatever.
my small corner of the world. I help my roommates, I help my wife, I help everybody. You know, keep spirits up. I do the dishes. It's not much. It's not as much
You
as
may
I'd
keep the
like.
spirits up. You made me depressed earlier. What the fuck, dude?
I'm not always good at it, especially when I'm in pain myself.
Yeah.
but
Yeah. It's a.
but
Well, I guess.
the way I view it is, I can't be useless. I'm helping hold the fort down.
Hmm,
And then
yeah.
I do all the stuff with Chip, and God, I've met so many of our neighbors. Everybody wants to
Oh.
see the cute dog, so kind of
Aw,
forces me to be gregarious. But I'm naturally gregarious anyway, so it works out.
yeah.
And then anytime they need help, I'm able to help them too. So I can't be useless because I'm obviously helping the household, helping the neighbors, helping.
Hey, did you say it was possible for you to pause the recording?
Oh yeah, I can.
Because I need to visit the bathroom real
Oh
quick.
okay, there we go. Okay, now we're back.
Cool.
Had to make sure I hit
Cool.
the right button. I can't use my keyboard
Yeah.
commands because I've got that other one in the background.
Yeah. I need to set that up.
Yeah, I don't like having two things of OBS open, but I'll do it just to get the interview
Wait.
done and then the game done when
So
I.
what do you mean? What you got open?
Oh, I'm well, I played this role playing game last night because I was hurting called Growing Up. It's a little choose your own adventure
Eh.
style thing, and I decided I hurt so goddamn much today, and I need to feel like I'm doing something. This is before you messaged me, obviously. That I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna do my own playthrough because I did one for my friend's son last night, and that was fun. So I'll do one for myself. And then Chip wanted to go out, and then you messaged me, and then
Yeah.
so after the interview, I'll probably go back to that, and then I'll upload that to YouTube as well. So today's actually been a pretty productive day in spite of all the pain.
Yay! I played games and talked to someone. Woo!
Yay.
Let's pat myself on the back with that.
The other thing about being useful and not being seen as a useless member of society because I can't work but I am a workaholic is giving myself attainable goals. My attainable goal is to literally do anything when I'm in pain like this.
Yeah.
As long as I have not just fucked around and pissed around on YouTube and done nothing, and uploaded nothing, and haven't walked the dog or nothing, then yeah, I've done good.
Yeah.
That's
It is incredible because you can't really tell. I can't really tell that, but I mean,
I run off of adrenaline and doing these
people get used
interviews.
to it as it sounds because you never really get used to conditions like that, but you learn to manage, I suppose. Here I'm sitting pretending like I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
With chronic pain, with chronic pain like fibro and migraines and now arthritis, the new shit is weird. It's always going to be weird. When it first starts, it's really weird. But eventually you learn the tricks to make it manageable. The way I put it is I'm moving the pain around. You'll hear me use that a few different times. When I hurt, I go walking because it hurts. So it moves the pain around. Sometimes when I really hurt, my wife has to cause me pain in the bedroom because that will also move the pain around. I mean, not extreme pain. She's not shoving needles into me or anything. Just, rougher than normal. And between that and the 5 seconds of relief I get from the orgasm, that gives me more pain relief. You find tricks that work. Salt works. I don't know why salt works, but it does. Something about blood circulation.
It brings out the demon in you. Turn of the frog's gay.
Fucking Alex Jones. God, what a ridiculous human being.
But he's on our side. We gotta support him.
Bullshit. I'm on nobody's side. I'm on my own side. I am on the side of the fractal tapestry. That is the side I'm on.
Groovalicious, as the kids say.
Yeah. Yeah, I came up with my own spirituality. It started from God just playing The Sims and kind of evolved from that.
It's probably reality, and then he forgot about it. And if I know my Sims, which I don't, but I think I've seen it around, they'll start murdering each other.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, the original idea was God plays The Sims, and every so often you'll find this divine person, some amazingly blessed person. Not even religious, just a genuinely good person. Or a genuinely interesting person, rather. Some influential person. That is God actively playing that sim. That's God with the plumb bob above the sim's head.
Yeah.
But then it's evolved.
And then you get the celebrities. Those are the ones he actually bothered to personally name and dress up, I guess.
Yeah, but he doesn't play them because they're all insane. He just kind of set them up and watches the world knocks them down. But now...
And then proceeds to pleasure himself to the... I don't know.
Oh, everybody knows God's a pervert. Look at the platypus.
Yeah, in my mind, if God's real, then he's an evil bastard.
So, interesting. The reason I came up with this whole spirituality kick is I've died 3 times, mentioned that before. On the last time, all I could think of was why. Why does all this shit keep happening? To me, to the world, to everyone. Why? I didn't care about who, I didn't care about how, I cared about why. And I finally found the answer, fractals. That's why. Fractals, everywhere, fractals. Our human bodies are made up of fractals. Nature is made up of fractals. Everything. The world is made up of fractals. The universe. And so, since fractals are these big mathematical confusing things that are infinite, we are on a fractal tapestry. We are all on our own fractal tapestries attached to this larger fractal tapestry. And we can change the path that we walk on our fractal tapestry because there's tons of paths all over the damn place. It takes a cataclysmic upheaval for us to do it. Say you're 21. Say you are prone to alcoholism. It's in your family. It's in your blood. You decide you're going to get shit-faced drunk. And you get behind the wheel of a car and you kill a kid. And you go to prison for 20 years. You get sentenced. And then you get out in 5 because you were on good behavior and you got paroled. That is a cataclysmic upheaval. That is a fork in the road. You can choose to never drink again and find a new path. Or you can stay on your fractal pattern. But my thinking is everybody has their patterns. Everyone can change their patterns. But if you notice, humans tend to react very similarly, but in really weirdly similar ways. It's not anything that we can understand because we only have tiny little human brains. but whoever
Yeah,
created the fractal tapestry understands it. Whether it's God or gods or I don't fucking care. That wasn't really
or
within
just
my purview.
chaos.
Yeah,
So, do you tend to think of the world mathematically a lot, like breaking it down into
I
math
tend to use
problems and?
statistics more often than not, but weirdly, I suck at math.
Oh yeah, absolutely, me
I
too.
I have no idea why my brain immediately goes to polymetered music and fucking fractals, even though I suck ass
I
at
used to be
math.
phenomenal at math, and then well, ruined my brain. But
And
yeah,
then the booze, and
a
then
student here that turned into like a barely above a chimpanzee intelligence, pretty much.
and then the booze, and then the fucking booze goblins got you.
Yeah, booze. And thanks to doctors, they prescribed me some nice happy pills. I love them for it.
Oh god, I can't imagine what they did to my brain. They gave me so many fucking psych meds when I
Yeah.
was a kid. I mean, this was in '90s California. They're gonna give you psych meds.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Even a
Shit,
little slice of Jello and
there's so much fucking money in psych meds, man.
yeah,
I was on all of them.
yeah. That's what doctors tend to do instead of. I mean, and I will be honest. Like some of them do help. Um,
Oh yeah, if
like
you find the right one, yeah. But I hate that doctors are seen as these all-knowing people. That's the reason why I like my doctor. He knows he doesn't know anything. He's just taking stabs in the dark, and he's straight up about it,
yeah.
and I love him for it.
Or maybe he just does that as a disarming tactic.
No, we went over. We actually had a good conversation about how much he hates when other doctors will tell patients, "You've only got this long to live. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that." Like, except for the generalities, don't eat processed foods and try to exercise every
Yeah.
day, and the obvious shit.
Oh,
But
yeah. I could tell you that. Yeah.
when he fucking when like my doctors told me I was going to be dead by 50, my doctors told me never to ever exercise because of my lungs, and he hates that shit because it demoralizes and demotivates the patient to
Hmm.
from improving themselves. I could have lost this weight anytime I wanted to, but I didn't know I could because I'd been told by doctors I couldn't. And
So he was basically like, oh well, here. So these are the risk factors associated with this amount of exercise. It's up to you.
yeah, pretty much. Well, it's like he said with he is like he said I said, my hands are hurting. I've noticed my joints are in much worse shape than they have been. He looks at my hands. He looks at the clubbing on my knuckles, which I didn't notice until he said something. I told him about, my hands getting all dusky and stuff. He goes, yeah, that's Raynaud's disease. It's probably related to your COPD. Let's get you into your pulmonologist to see how that's going. I do find it funny that my lungs are getting better. My asthma is getting better. My COPD is getting worse. Well, shit.
Well, I mean, if you were exercising, like obviously you get the underlying condition, but I would imagine that not being a pile of walking grease would help with your general stamina.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I can only run for 15 seconds, but hey, it's 15 more seconds than I ever
Well, I
thought
mean,
I'd be able to run.
I mean, I can do that too, but I mean, I don't have a. It's still horrendous, obviously.
Well, the COPD, the way it works is I can't inhale enough oxygen to get enough blood flow to
That
everything.
is the fancy term for asthma, I guess.
No, asthma's different. Asthma is, like, the triggers and allergies and fucking, shortness of breath. I don't actually wheeze that much. I've
Oh,
never
like
been
the
much of a
airway
wheezer.
garbage.
Yeah, the airway stuff. My big issue has always been getting enough oxygen. I can't inhale enough, which is weird because it feels like I'm doing fine, but well, I've got
Do you have
Raynaud's,
the CPAP
so
machine?
no, that's for something different.
Yeah.
That's for what'll probably end up happening is eventually I'm going to end up being on steroids and I'm going to end up being on oxygen
The
tank.
beefed up motherfucker. No, not really.
Dude, I've taken steroids since I was born. I was born taking prednisone. That's why I
Ah,
hate it so damn much.
make you really short then?
I'm 5'10", so
Mm. Well, I wonder what have you been? I don't know.
well, I mean, if I'd have been born on time, I'd probably been like 6'2", 6'3", but I know
Eh,
for a fact that my arms and legs are stubby. So
no, that's adorable.
yeah, but the kind of steroids I take aren't those kind of steroids. Although I do grow muscle really fucking quick, so maybe they are those kind of steroids, or maybe I'm just a mesomorph. Who knows? But even my doctor commented like, "Dude, do you bike or something? Your legs are fucking massive." I go, "No, I just walk every day."
Yeah, I need to start doing that.
Find a route and you know
Oh, I got my route. I'm just too lazy. I've been using it. I've been putting off excuses.
Dude, the
It's like,
best thing ever for walking, audiobooks. God, I fucking love audiobooks. Even if it's just in one ear. You know, so you can hear where you're going.
See, I can't do that because when I read something, I have to be 100% focused.
Oh, I just let the boring voice go over me. That's why I love Larry McKeever so much. He reads all the Michener books, and Michener books are dry by themselves. So I just let
Mm.
his droning voice just kind of blast
Yeah, I
my
should
brain
read some of
out.
the old classics. You know, the like the Road and um. the, nah, that's I can't say I can't advertise that on YouTube. But it was fucking funny. It's Snuff by Chuck Polian. The same guy who wrote Fight Club. He's the guy who wrote Fight Club.
Oh, cool.
Um, but it's um the language used in his book describing greasy ass dudes with Cheetos stains jacking off, getting their genitals all orangey.
Oh God,
So the
that is an
premise is,
image.
I mean, it's just full of it.
That is
The
great
premise is
writing.
the premise is they're basically holding the longest porn shoot ever, and there's gonna be 600 guys fucking this chick.
Oh, that
So
sounds tiring. That
yeah,
sounds tiring for the guys as much as the girl.
I mean, they were just taking their time. Some guy was like dragging down 10 Viagra pills.
Oh
I
Lord, that sounds like a prison sentence.
it's a disgusting book, but it's so funny.
Well, that's Rotten.com in a nutshell. I'm just pissed the
Yeah.
site went away. Dude, Rotten's library used to be so good. The
Which
site
one is
it
that? Oh, what's that? What's one? I
the
don't know best score, but
the site itself was just shock stuff. I mean, whatever. But the
yeah.
library was they would write articles about, various this, that, and the other. And the way they would write them would be so damn funny in this super dry way, and I loved it. And then they got rid of it. They did,
Mm.
the whole site shut down, so it is what it is. But like they had this thing called the Rolodex of Love where it would show all of these fucked up like sex things that nobody would ever do. And
Yeah.
I used to love sharing that with people just to fuck with them.
I just yeah, I don't know where to go for my kicks these days.
Those halcyon days of yore. Yeah, I don't know where to go to get my dopamine fix. That's why I'm trying to get this fucking birthday thing going.
Yeah.
Honestly. That's the fucked up
Yeah,
part.
see,
That is the
when
worst
I
fucked up part about this whole weight loss thing. Losing food has been disastrous for my pain levels.
mm.
But, I've lost all the weight,
Oh, I
so
thought you were gonna say for your mental health.
no, no, no.
Food is
For
delicious.
coping with all of this pain, the food I used it so much.
Oh, as a coping strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get your dopamine somewhere. And for a
Yeah.
while there, just walking and doing, productive stuff was enough. But even then, that was beginning to fade. And I knew it would. And I was trying to find anything else that would work, and I couldn't find anything. So now I'm stuck in. Well, at the moment, I'm stuck with the fucking shiver shakes and no way to
Mm.
really fix it other than distract myself.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know how I became so fucking fat. Like I don't know what caused it. Maybe the drinking and stuff. Because I was always mega skinny. I was like 6 foot
metabolism
tall.
metabolism
I mean,
does
yeah,
change as you get older. Yeah.
yeah. But I found we got like Uber Eats over here. No similar service. I guess I started abusing that plus copious amounts of alcohol. I would order like 30 bottles at the same time, shell out like 1,500 grand on one batch of alcohol, and just go on a fucking like month-long binge. Yeah,
Well, it's
good
not like you
times.
couldn't. It's
You know what's fucked up about it is I kind of miss it.
yeah, dude. I miss the gorges. I can't even do them anymore, which I'm also kind of happy about. It's like,
Me
oh,
and
I can't eat anymore. Yay!
me and my friend, we do that for funsies. We'll just gorge ourselves on the weekend just so we can give ourselves diarrhea because that's funny. We actually bought laxatives this one time. Just
I've never heard anyone refer to diarrhea as funny.
just a nice, relaxing, you know,
Just a nice,
thing.
relaxing purge.
Yeah, and then your anus starts to hurt and you start to regret it, and I'm like, why did I do this?
Oh, I hate that feeling. I accidentally gave myself food poisoning. I'm positive it was the slice of pizza. Because I had
Was it
gotten
worth it?
the pizza itself was really fucking good, yeah.
Almost then.
But no, it was this chicken, bacon, garlic sauce, artichoke, fucking specialty pizza that was
Wait, what?
we had a
Come
coupon
again. Sorry,
we had a coupon for it.
So you got artichoke?
Okay.
So what?
It was chicken, bacon, spinach,
Okay.
artichoke with, with cheese obviously on a garlic sauce instead of tomato sauce. And my guess is it was the garlic sauce or it was the artichoke hearts.
Hey, give me a second. Alexa, translate artichoke to Swedish.
Artichoke in Swedish is kronärtskaka.
Oh, that's what it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Never mind. I thought it was the sour ones that you plant and they come up with leaves and shit.
No. I'd never actually had artichokes before. That might have been what did it too. But yeah, I got royally sick really quickly. My guts do not keep bad food in them for long. If something enters them that they do not like, they get rid of it very quickly. That's what happened when I tried THC to deal with my pain. Because hey, we live in Washington. I can't smoke it, but I can eat it.
Oh, you can't smoke there?
Well, I can't physically. I actually did try smoking once. I did try smoking once. I got one puff and my lungs rebelled immediately.
You know what? Just to spit in the face of every asthma, like, sufferer out there. I'm gonna have a smoke right now.
There you go. That's the ticket.
Yeah.
Grab life by the hojos.
Don't do it. It's pretty shitty. But
yeah, we've all got our shit that we do.
Yeah. So where do we take it from now? Been a pretty good conversation so far.
I know, right? It's only been an hour.
How long do these just?
They usually last about an hour, 2 hours, around there. It's up to you, man. If you feel like you've said everything you want to say, we can end it now. If you want to keep going to something else, I don't give a fuck.
We can keep going.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah.
So what are you doing on WoW these days?
Very interesting. Everyone's gonna be like, do you timestamp these? Do you timestamp these? Nah.
No, I don't. Right? I'll just tell them, hey, if you want to hear the WoW talk, go to about an hour 7 in. Thank God there's a little timer on the bottom.
Yeah, so I actually do record YouTube videos about WoW.
Yep, and I will link your channel.
Oh, groovy. Yeah, so WoW was recently made accessible for blind people. It's been about... Well, they were messing around with retail and stuff, but it was... Yeah. Then this awesome guy named Dougal came in and started basically creating little small add-ons for someone on a forum. And then eventually he translated it to English and it just took off.
Yep,
So
blind people can play WoW Classic, and boy, is it an experience if you have sight.
Yeah, we were in Red Lit Kingdom.
Well, most sighted people just are not used to the audio cues. It throws them so hard, and it's so funny every time I see it.
Well, really, like you should watch. Did you see some like popular YouTubers trying to play like audio games, which are pretty simplistic,
That's the other reason why I'm trying to get a complex game, and I specify complex game to the blind. For one thing, I do owe them for putting up with my crazy abused ass as a kid, because I was a pain in the ass kid.
Is this referring to like advocacy work?
This is referring to I want to talk to a dev and convince them to make their game blind playable.
Got anything in mind in particular that you want to?
I would like to give the blind community a game that I would play, and I would like to do it with no mods, no OCR. Just you plug in the game, you turn on blind mode, you play.
Well, there are games like it.
Oh God, yeah, there are games.
Like The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us. Well, 2 was also made. That they're like it for me. It's just basically following a set path.
My problem with The Last of Us 2 is I just never really liked the gameplay loop. And Neil Cuckman's writing Neil Cuckman's writing is goddamn horrendous. But I've had issues with game writing for a long time, but that's neither here nor
Well,
there. The kind of game I'd like to give blind people, I would like to give blind people an endless game. Something they can
open
always come
world.
back to. Oh no, I don't mean open world. I mean literally endless. Like Cerealum Ultimate is an endless game, but unfortunately it's not completely blind playable. You still have to use OCR, you have to fuck with the fonts, you have to install a mod that doesn't work anymore because the dude got a job with Google. Lucky bastard.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like War Sim. War Sim is a complex game that is 100% blind playable.
The console.
Yeah, the console game.
Oof, I can't stand that fucking thing. Sorry.
I tried playing it too. It's not really my cup of tea.
You know what I would like accessible? Well, there's a couple ones. So WoW, completely accessible, 100%, like built-in navigation aid, all that stuff. Oh my god, that would be so incredible. Number two, a game that I always wanted to play, Battlefield, especially Battlefield 2, because of all the crazy modding you can do.
See, if we're talking MMOs, the one I want to get blind people into is Final Fantasy
Skyrim?
14
Oh,
because I think
you
that
can play it, right?
I can play it, but I have 2400 in my one eye, so I just make everything big that needs to be big. And I
There
wish
you
I
go.
could describe it to the blind, but it is so much grind. It is so
Yeah.
fucking much grind. It takes the narrative to an
Maybe
ass grinding
we
halt.
should make like playthroughs and stuff.
I did. I have a bunch of of false starts on my YouTube channel still. If you look them up, you'll find them. They're terrible. That's why I'm doing Final
Yeah.
Fantasy VI instead. There's a lot less grind in that one.
Yeah. I would like. Well, that's a lot of games, man.
What I'd like to do is I would like to give blind people a 4X game, like, you know, Civilization or Old World or Humankind or Age of Wonders 4, since that one just came out.
Kind of.
It's
Called Aurora.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, we
Oh,
got a 4X game.
I didn't know
It's
that.
called Aurora. It's kind of an indie project, but it's I played it for quite a while, but it's one of those old style games that are kind of like you got a classical GUI with button like it doesn't look like a game. You got your space map and stuff, and you kind of just research, build, and explore and conquer. You know the cornerstones of the X.
Of the 4X
What is it?
genre, yeah.
Yeah. What do we got? We got exploration.
Explore, exploit, exterminate, and the fourth one.
Uh,
Expand.
Yeah, that's right.
I find it funny that I forgot about Expand since I pretty much did nothing but Expand until I was 33.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's forget about that expansion. That was a terrible expansion pack.
Yeah. And that was a 2K expansion pack. That's how bad that was. But
Yeah.
no, it's
Grand Theft Auto.
oh, blind people would love that shit.
Oh man. See, that kind of brings me to another topic which I find funny about morality.
Hmm.
So, it's funny how we view sex versus murder. Like, oh, we can't display nudity on screen, but we can throw hookers off a cliff and run them over with vehicles. Very
Tanish
nice.
said the same thing. We had that conversation with Dark Eagle. That's funny
I
that
should listen to it.
that was
I should honestly. He sounds like a super chill guy.
I was surprised at how well that one came out. I really enjoyed talking to him.
Mm.
Well, I mean, I really enjoy talking to you too.
Well, I didn't expect anything else, to be honest.
Well, I mean, it's the same basic idea. I am learning more about other cultures through you guys. It is wholly alien experiences, but also similar because, you know, first world countries and shit.
Yeah, his is a little different though, but he seems to have it pretty good, going to uni and stuff. Ah man, those Indian slums are fucking horrible. Whew.
Oh, you should hear him talk about the blind schools. Oh my god, they're so corrupt.
Oh Jesus! I've been to Turkey, and we went to I went there for a Goal Bowl tournament. I do not actually play Goal Bowl, but they needed a stand-in, so they called me up and say, "Hey, do you want the trip to Turkey?" I'm like, fuck yeah. Like the trip itself, like the experience was incredible because, well, I got a free trip and I got to hang with people and play some Goal Ball. But man, I like that places that we went to. Like there are great places in Turkey, but we literally had We went to Ankara, the capital of Turkey, and we had their biggest mosque right outside our 8-story window, and 5 times a day. You get used to it though. It's a cool that's a. But the first time they had some sort of special prayer at 2 in the morning, and we had just drifted off to sleep because we came in late, and I was so confused because I woke up. Oh, Allah.
That would scare the bejesus out of me. That's a weird turn
Yeah,
of phrase for a mosque.
yeah. And the hotel was freaking terrible. There were security guards everywhere that escort. Like we had to sign a. We wanted to go find a place late at night to find some place to eat because the hotel's food was so terrible. We had to sign a waiver that we did not require escort.
Yeah, that speaks well to the country's security.
Yeah, and we went to this blind school and it was all dirty and yeah, it was. Which I never went to blind school. I wonder if that I wonder if I should have done it, but my dad was always very or my stepdad. He basically pretended like I wasn't blind, so he wanted me to do all these things that the sighted people did, which I did relatively well because I had not decent vision, but I could still do skating and stuff.
Hmm. Because I did a semester at a blind school, and I ended up being homesick, and so I kind of fucked the whole thing up. And
I did. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
and I was in the same boat. It was mostly just integrate into the sighted world as much as you can, because 2400 stable, so it's
Yeah.
bad. It's really bad, but it's not where you're at.
See, I think I would have benefited more than you because
Yeah.
now these days I'm lacking a lot of skill. Like mobility is terrible, for example, and
Well, yeah,
I
you're all
actually
gaining weight and shit.
yeah, but no, we're talking about like the ability to navigate
Yeah, navigating without getting hit by a car.
and yeah, and performing tasks like I suspect cleaning is more because I'm lazy. So I got family members to come over. I cook them food and they clean for me. It's a great deal.
That is a great deal. Well, that's
Yeah,
what I'll do too. I can't clean because dust and asthma and blah blah blah. Also, I can't
yeah.
see it anyway, so I'm just not that meticulous a person, I guess.
You cooking food?
Well, yeah, God, yeah. I cook food. I do the dishes. I fucking.
You
Yeah.
love cooking food?
I view it as a challenge, and every time I cook food, I always try to improve one specific thing. I focus on one thing: getting the noodles just right, getting the sauce just right, getting the meat properly, proper consistency, proper texture. One
See,
random thing that I will decide to improve upon.
that sounds fantastic, but I'm way too spastic. I can't. I always have to switch up the recipe and try new things and try new flavors and stuff, so I never have time to perfect anything.
I just go by my nose. Does it need more of this? Does it need less of that? Or with like the
Yeah, I'm pretty
texture.
terrible at that, but my people love it, but they love everything I do. So, except not having a job.
Well, I mean, what, what realistically will you be able to do? I mean, there's work from home, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Did you
they
get that
won't.
Did you get that bullshit too? Oh, working from home isn't a job prospect. It's not really reliable. And then COVID happened. Now everyone gets to work from home,
No, I
and
know
now
about
nobody
that,
wants to
but
fucking go back to work. Lazy
yeah.
motherfuckers.
No, I would happily work from home. If I'm going to work, either I'm going to let's assume I get a job first and foremost, but if I did and I had some sort of say in it, it would either be working from home completely, isolated, or it would be some sort of mindless numbing like a warehouse or something, or some sort of super menial labor where I could just turn off my brain. I could put on some music, put on like a book or something, probably like music or something, and just perform it like a zombie, turn off my brain and go to like a sort of sleepwalker state.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I do my walks when I don't really feel like putting in any effort.
Yeah,
I
except you
just
probably don't do them for 8 hours.
last year
Oh shit. Well, there's a
last year I would commonly walk for 8 hours a day.
shit.
Hey, I had
That's
to lose that weight
inspiring.
somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was
Did you do anything else?
at
Maybe you should give me lots. Maybe we were talking about advice, don't do shit, but maybe you should give me some weight loss advice. Luckily, I'm still at the stage where I always kept pushing up the bar. When I was 80, I said, okay, well, 90 and we're done. when I was 90, I said, oh, 100 what we're done. When I was 100, I said, okay, 120. And well, I did go up to 121, like 121s, but after that, it kept dropping back to 116, which
Honest to
I'm
God,
now.
all I did was okay, so the impetus of losing the weight was I had a gout flare. The medical people I see would not see me because I can't wear a face mask because, my lungs, the COPD
Yeah.
specifically, it impedes my already impeded ability to breathe in. And so it pissed me off so much that I went to the ER, I got the prednisone to get rid of the gout, and the first day I fucking could, I went for a walk. And I've got a 2 mile block that I walk. It's, a few blocks around a park,
Damn.
blah, blah, blah. So I just walked a lap. And then I found a low purine diet thing, little PDF that kind of eat this instead of this, eat this instead of this. Okay, cool. Processed crap, out. Everything else, it's whatever we have. It's whatever my people bring home for me. And luckily
How hard was that the first time you tried it?
what's that, the lap?
Yeah.
I had to stop constantly because of my lungs. I would just when I felt that tickle that my lungs were going to start giving me shit, I would walk slower, I would stop, I would catch my breath, and then I would just keep going. It's all about getting your heart rate up. You don't want to get it up too high or you'll fucking flatline, but if you get your heart rate up to a comfortable, margin, which you'll know it when you'll know it when you get to it, because first you'll go way too hard and fuck up that way. Then you'll go way too little and you won't get any gains. You won't get any weight loss. But you'll find that comfortable medium where you can walk at a good crisp pace around whatever your block is. And then it's just a matter of, for me, it's just been a matter of my body telling me, hey, it's time to walk now. And it's basically just robotic. I turn on a book, I turn off my brain, and I just let my feet carry me as they go.
Yeah, I need to start doing. I think if I could get it into a routine, but I don't do routines because I have super ADHD.
Yeah, I've got ADD. I was diagnosed when I was younger. Which, that one I'm actually inclined to believe I do have, because I'm kind of spastic about it.
Yeah. But no, like, I don't feel like I'm at health risk right now, but I know, because I used to be such an energetic person. Like, I used to teach myself programming, which I still want to do it, like, just theoretically speaking, because I want to also create, like, I want to be the person that people says, hey, can you go make this accessible, or I want to create things, not because I care about anyone else, but because I want to play games.
Hey, that's why I originally got into accessibility. Before there was giving back to the blind community, it was, I bought Civ Beyond Earth. They promised me it would have a strategic view for me to be able to see the screen. The short version is it just makes it easier to see the map. And they lied. They didn't put it in. They took it out, I guess, the last minute or something. And it pissed me off so much. And my wife was like, well, why don't you, talk to developers and get them to make sure they don't take away any of these features or add some more options, and kind of grew out of that.
So what is your target, right? Because I like the most heartwarming stories ever are the people who have these little indie projects, like
Oh yeah, I
have you heard
love
of Skullgirls?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
god, the fucking bullshit with Skullgirls. But no, I stick
what
to
happened with
indies.
that?
A lot of controversy. A lot of
Really?
woke bullshit controversy that isn't interesting at
Oh,
all.
because of the whole probably the female some sexuality thing.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, yeah. But specifically I target indie devs. I hate dealing with CMs. I hate dealing with community managers. I hate dealing with publishers.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass. It's a bunch of fucking red tape bullshit
And
that
it's
I
all
don't have.
dragging. It's all
It's all
like,
ass dragging, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to get in touch with individual devs or small dev teams who love what they're doing. They're babies. The best example of that.
Did you talk to Super Games?
Who?
Super Giant Games?
Oh, Supergiant? No. Oh, wait, yeah, I did. I actually did
making
manage.
Hades 2.0.
I actually
that
did.
Shit has to be accessible.
It
has to be.
I haven't talked to them. Back in the day, I talked to Darren Korb. He's the voice of Zagreus, and
what a fucking phenomenal! What a phenomenal! Like, he also does the music.
Oh, good, you do know who he is. Okay, so I talked to Darren Korb. Accessibility. This is what you guys could have done to get it accessible. If you guys do this, I swear to God, I'll get a tattoo of your game on my arm. he, oh, that's cool, but thanks for reaching out to us. Bullshit response. Fuck. So Hades 2 is coming out on Steam in early access at some point. You bet your fucking ass I'm going to be riding their dicks to try and get
because now
accessibility.
we've actually demonstrated the fact that it's capable by a third person. To be fair, we did that with a bunch of games. We did that with Hearthstone.
The thing with Hades that makes it so unique is that without trying to, they made it so accessible just by virtue of having a really good sound design. Every enemy has a noise. Every enemy has a noise. It pans properly. Even all the traps have noises. Even the bullshit lava that I fucking hate has a noise before you take damage.
Yeah, I turn the traps off.
Traps, I'd leave. If I were blind, I would leave traps on. I would turn off Asphodel. Asphodel is wildly unfair.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, as a blind person, it's literally impossible because there's no way of telling where the islands are.
Well, with the traps, there is an audio cue for all of the traps. I've actually done it. I've listened to it. I have it on my Switch, so I have to play it blind on my Switch. So when we're on car rides or whatever.
Because the screen is too small.
Yeah. I literally can't see the screen. Yeah. But with like in Tartarus, the spike traps, they make a click before they pop up. You might have to turn down other sounds to get it. And
I can't imagine fighting Hades with the traps. Whew.
He doesn't have very many traps. The only traps he has are his urns. And you can hear those. Those things are very loud.
Yeah.
The only other traps he has are, let's see, he has his urns, he has his lasers. And the lasers are easy enough to dodge.
Yeah, he's got the fire one too, but that's just kind of a... Yeah.
That's just kind of a full...
Is that the laser, I guess?
Yeah. They're literally fire lasers. It would not be impossible for them to make it blind accessible. There's no goddamn way they're going to, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to try. Because they were so close. They were so close.
I don't know. They might, because when I was in their Discord, I talked to a lot of their people from like their voice actors and stuff, and they were so happy to see that we were playing it.
Oh yeah, they're thrilled. It's a big get, and that's exactly how I'm going to present it when I try to convince them to do it. Is I'm going to say, look, this is going to give you guys insane PR. If you make this game blind playable and you show it off, even in like a 5-second video of a blind guy playing this game, that is going to make you so much goodwill that you can pretty much do anything.
See, I don't think goodwill, but because you would think that companies would think of the goodwill and stuff, but then you look at Activision Blizzard is my go-to example because that's...
Oh, the example I like to use is Cyberpunk 2077. How to completely fuck up a company in one day.
And that is a game that, like, assuming it wasn't all buggy and shit, but oh my god, I listened to the story and people, oh my god, it sounds so fucking phenomenal.
I hate one thing in that game, and it is a thing that is in every AAA game and a lot of minor, indie games, where they use the fucking controller for a mouse pointer. Oh, I fucking hate that. What happened to fucking Snap 2? Why can't anything just use Snap 2?
I've never really played so you gotta...
Okay, back in the day, and Mortal Kombat 11, for example, when you go up and down on the menu, it goes to the next menu item, right?
Yeah.
That's Snap 2. In Cyberpunk, when you pause the game, you have a pointer, and you have to find these little fucking things. It's like using a mouse, except you're using a controller instead. It is the drizzling shit's terrible. I fucking hate it.
Kind of reminds me of when my friend got me into Call of Duty, and he literally had to guide me through the menus each time, because they're like... I don't know if they're like hexagons or something like that, but...
They're really confusing to navigate.
Yeah, they're not just a straight menu. You might have to go 1 right and down, 2 left. And it looks stylish as hell, but even sighted people hate it.
Imagine that, except you have to use actual distances
on the screen.
Yeah, instead of right, down 2 and left 3, you have to hold down specifically for like half a second, and then you have to hold left for like a quarter of a second.
I've done enough with like I did some scripting back in the days. There was a language called BGT. I used to mess around with that.
Yeah.
There's still games that still persist in it to this day. And I also did campaign. Like I understand fundamentals of programming to an extent. And I can tell you that if someone said, "Hey, we're gonna make an option to toggle between having these fancy uh, pixel menus, like the mouse pointers, versus a snap menu, and or like a regular menu," it wouldn't take an experienced programmer more than well, actually, I don't know, but it wouldn't take long at all.
It
Like we're
depends.
talking,
It depends on the spaghetti code, and it depends on the menu, or it depends on the engine. I know that because a lot of Unity games do that stupid thing, and apparently it's just easier to set up controller support like that. To just tell the game that the left stick, the left thumbstick is the mouse.
yeah.
Which I mean, yeah, I guess so. It's just fuck. I'd love if I could help make Hades 2 blind playable from the outset. But my goal is very simple. No mods, no OCR. You should be able to get into the game, have somebody maybe get you the options menu, turn on blind mode, and you're good.
Yeah.
Because I hate having to make blind people jump through hoops. Especially because modding's a pain in the ass. It just is. It's necessary, we all do it, especially if it's a Bethesda game, but
I love modding though. Like the amount of that's what truly breeds longevity into a game.
oh yeah. If I were gonna
Like Minecraft, you think Minecraft would be a goddamn thing without the modding community?
oh god no. I was thinking RimWorld myself, because RimWorld has so fucking many mods. The hell?
Or recent examples, Stardew Valley. Ooh, you ever play that?
Stardew Valley? Oh yeah. I got my wife that. She has over 2,000 hours into it.
Ooh, really? I got like 1,200, I think.
Oh, I don't even think I have 1,000. I like Stardew. It doesn't have staying power for me for some reason.
Are you looking at the hours?
Yeah, 632.
See, the Steam interface, man, fuck Steam,
Yeah,
fuck
right.
Valve.
Steam has got its issues, that's for damn sure.
Like it's not like I can't work with the interface or figure it out. People who say that they're just technically incompetent, which is perfectly fine. That's perfectly valid. Like I'm not expecting everyone to be some sort of computer guru, but the fact that they're saying that Steam is unusable is simply not true. But it's not friendly, that's for sure.
Most hours played 2,216 in RimWorld, 1379.
I love the name RimWorld.
Yeah, everyone calls it Rim Job World.
Yeah.
1379 in Final Fantasy 14, 1367 in Fallout New Vegas, 1269 in Civ 5, 668 or 686 in ADOM, although that one's 20 years, so I've definitely done longer than that. 660 in Terraria, 632 in Stardew Valley, 622 in The Binding of Isaac, 516 in Hades. Hey, I'm getting there.
Most of these games I've never even heard of. Man.
Hang on, gotta pause real quick. All right,
do a lot of computer stuff, or is it just gaming?
No, she no, don't worry about it. She just does gaming.
Yeah.
Bro, you gotta lay down. She'll be back later tonight.
Oh.
He's all looking sad.
Well, that's kind of my natural state. That's how
it is weird how melancholy he generally looks. He never smiles. Fine, go see her.
Because we don't have those kind of expressions. Are you stupid?
Oh, that dog is way too smart for his own fucking good, I swear.
Yeah.
The funny thing is he knows that the puppy dog eyes don't work on me.
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker!
Oh.
I used the keyboard command, which means I'm also recording for the other video.
Awesome.
Right?
Now stream it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Nice. Were you in the middle of it?
What the fuck happened? Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Oh, something went really janky. Something was... What? Oh, no. I don't know what happened. My OBS is shitting the bed. Wait, no, it's not. Okay. Okay, now I know what happened. Okay. I've got it fixed. This is a well-oiled machine. There we go. So,
what happened?
I used the keyboard command to restart the recording, and I forgot that the other one was still paused, so it unpaused. So when I upload that one to YouTube, it's just going
it's
to
gonna be like
it's going to be game, and then all of a sudden random words and then, of me flipping out, and then it's gonna go back to the game.
Oh man, I had to learn Reaper for something stupid the other day.
Oh yeah, I was to do your to cut out that stuff in the video, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought I closed it, but I accidentally hit. It was like a 1 minute live stream, but I accidentally hit the stream button,
Oh Chippy,
and
Chippy, do you
I was
want
singing about kicking things.
do you want cracker? He loves saltine crackers. I don't know why. Come here. You want cracker? You want cracker?
I'm
Give me
afraid
hugs.
of sodium.
Hey, hey, kiss.
Dude, you're
Give me
so
a kiss.
white.
Give me a
Oh,
kiss.
open your mouth. Here's my tongue.
Take nice.
Don't mind me. I was just licking feces.
Oh no, he doesn't do that. Thank
I'm sure he
God.
doesn't.
Thank God he doesn't do that.
This owner thinks a lot of highly of me.
Well, the weird thing about him is he has to have been beaten or something before we got him, because he will not poop anywhere that isn't in like out of the way areas where he can't be found, and we're fine with that because we don't want to get caught.
Well, I
But-
thought, that's the best way of. You know, the dog I was talking about earlier. You know what the coolest thing about him was?
Hmm.
So we, the child having plushies and all that. He would steal only mine, and he would pluck out the left eye, which is the one I'm blind in.
Oh, that's
For all
funny.
I know what's up. I got you downloaded.
You okay, bud? Yeah. Mom be home later. Don't worry about it. This is a bit less controlled than normal. It fits our personalities.
At least I get to make dog noises.
There you go. Some chick will be into it, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah. I mean,
There's a fetish for everything these days. Jesus Christ.
Can't blame him.
Right?
Yeah, look at my curves.
Well, if we're making dog noises and fucking around like that, we should probably end this before we end up devolving into who fucking knows what.
Yeah.
So, London, it was nice talking to you, man. I will link your
likewise.
I will link your YouTube so that people can see how blind people play WoW. It actually is really fascinating
Got
from a
other stuff
technical
there, too.
standpoint. Huh?
Yeah, I got other stuff there too. I'll link my Twitch as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, give me all your links and I'll just put them in the description. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. I have been Mad Max, that has been London, and we will see you all next time, as capable as we are of seeing anything next time.